Everybody's got a different journey. It's kind of like everyone starts differently. I mean, there are people that go from on camera to VO, and there you go. There are people that train VO. There are people that, you know the director, you're doing VO now. I've seen all of those cases, but it's hard to give just a blanket system of advice, because that's like going to the doctor and saying, "Doctor, fix me." Well, the doctor doesn't know what's wrong with you. I mean, clearly you've been bitten by a zombie and he can see that it's spreading, and he probably needs to pick some blunt force instrument or a weapon to take you down. But we don't know for sure, basically. But I would go to that site. And if you do encounter someone, speaking of advice, if you do encounter someone that is a zombie, or has someone near them that is turning into a zombie, don't play the game where you think you're going to be the one that finds the cure. You kill them. Okay? Fair. Because thinking you're going to find the cure is the equivalent of the henchman saying, "I'm going to be the one that beats Batman." If you don't have a name tag on, you're not going to be beating Batman. So that one was for you.
I got a name.
That was for you.
Thank you.
Kill whoever it is. If they're related to you, if they're a best friend, once they start turning and their eyes start getting glossy and they start smelling like nasty flesh, kill them. Just kill them. Yeah, you're not gonna become a scientist, all of a sudden find a cure. The cure's not gonna be in Florida. That's where the zombies are gonna come from. We all know.
Bath salts.
Yes, that's right.
Gators and those.
I'd like to know what the worst mistake was you felt you ever made, and whether anything good came out of it. Since we can't learn from somebody else's mistakes, what was the worst one that happened?
Oh, that's a great question. For me, my mistake is that I catch myself with is I'm very this sounds bad, but like very trusting of people in the industry. And that does sound bad though, because you want to be able to trust people. But the thing about it is like, with this career, I find that people really want it, like zombie wants blood, like they really want it. And so some people will do nearly anything to get it. And so, like, I just trust that everyone wants to be my friend and everyone wants to be my bud. That's not always the case. And so I'll let people into my circle that I probably shouldn't let in. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's hard to explain because it makes it seem like don't trust anybody, don't blah blah. Meaning, I need to put a few more checks and balances in my system, because when I meet someone, I'm like, "Oh, you smile. Come on in." There needs to be. I need a password with at least one capitalized letter and one digit. I need to quit using password as my password. But I know I make mistakes all the time. I mean, I think we all do, because that's really where we're learning a lot from. I think another mistake that I make is I take on too much. I take on way too much on my plate. And I think I can do everything and do it all. It's just because I come from the L family, and my dad was a scientist who built a little ship that brought me to Earth.
Word.
And I'm like, wow, if my dad did that, I mean, surely I can take on stuff. But you know what? He's dead now, so where did that get you? Another mistake I made, I got a laundry list. Another mistake that I make is competing with someone that doesn't even know I'm competing with them. We all do that. We're like, "Oh, I'm really happy with my pile." Wait a minute, do you have a pile over there? What's in that pile? Dried cherries? Well, I've got artichoke hearts. I want dried cherries. That game never ends. So you can't compare, you can't.
It's keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah, because to say you can't compare yourself to people is simplifying it too much. Because you do need to look at certain people and be like, wow, they're like doing this. Well, what are the attributes they're doing that are doing that? What am I not doing? But don't compare yourself in a, oh, I want what they have, and I need to figure out their food allergies so I can poison them, and they can get sick, and then I can reroute their phone calls to my phone calls, and I can answer their phone calls, and then pretend to be them, and then try to trick them because it's voiceover, the client will never see me, and then I'll be doing the gigs for years before they realize it's not them. Don't do that.
Not again.
But yeah, I mean, we all make mistakes, and we just hope that we're surrounded by people that are forgiving and have empathy, that understand life is a bunch of mistakes. Ooh, that's another good album name. Life is a bunch of mistakes, featuring, okay, what band this time? Let's see. Featuring the Alabama Cherries.
That works.
Yeah, I like
So
that.
we're down to like 2 minutes to go. So do you want to do a speed round of questions real fast?
Okay,
Answers?
we'll just do I'm
Ready?
gonna answer real
Ready?
fast.
All right. Go.
If you could do another season of Fairy Tale, would you?
Absolutely.
If you could voice act any other character, any other anime, who would it be?
Batman whenever he dips into anime.
Nice.
In Fairy Tale, what was your favorite theme song from the first season or the second season?
Okay.
The 9th season.
Done.
Recommend me a video game.
Destiny 2.
If you can be one of your anime characters in real life, who would you be?
Natsu, but with better footwear.
Can you do a fire in my belly?
I've got a fire in my belly because I decided to take the hot chicken challenge from this Alabama restaurant.
You're on Hot Ones.
What's your favorite ship in Fairy Tale?
The USS Enterprise.
Nice.
Favorite anime that you have done?
Any of the ones that I'm in.
Favorite Danganronpa character, Prekio or Teruteru?
Please don't mind.
The amalgam of those guys that got into a Brundlefly transporter and they accidentally merged, but then they didn't quite finish baking and they came out as one gelatinous goop. And then I had to enter the world of the game and kill them because they were turning into a zombie, and I follow my own rules.
You got about 30 seconds.
If Soul Eater, Oron, and Sergeant Paul were to continue, would you be back on for your characters?
All at the same time.
How was that Swiss roll?
How was the what?
Swiss roll.
Oh, it's gonna be my plane on the plane ride home because I want to eat
Are
it
you
around.
fired
I
up
want to
now?
eat it around. It's in by my suitcase. I want to eat it around other people that can't get one, and they're watching me eat it, and then they're gonna get competitive with me.
Are you all fired up now, Natsu?
I'm all fired up now, but what really gets me fired up is when I have to go through TSA pre and the guy's like, take all metal things out of your pocket. All metal things. Keep your shoes on. What did I tell you? Keep all the... Oh, I don't like it when they talk down to you like that. It's a different topic.
If you had a crossover any two of the shows you worked on, what would it be?
Crossover to the shows that I've worked on, I would cross D. Gray Man with... I can't say that show. Oh, I can't say I worked on that show. Oh, happy days. D. Gray Man with Oron, High School Host.
There you go.
Who's your all-time favorite anime character and who's your all-time favorite cartoon?
All-time favorite cartoon character, Batman the Animated Series. All-time favorite anime character, probably Guyver.
Yeah.
Or Techno Man. Or Blue.
Last one.
If you yourself were like in Soul Eater, would you prefer to be a weapon or a mice?
Oh, a Meister.
And we're done.
Wait, we're not quite done. I have to do one more
Gonna do
thing.
it?
Hold on.
I was gonna give you the final thoughts. Come on, Caruso.
Billy, put the fire dragon cry staff down and get to class.
Y'all give it up. Thank you so much, Todd. Thank you, man. Good job. Look.